Hi there, Anand. Third day's play across at the Gabba now. The Australians at the start of the day, of course, losing those two early wickets and then two more, but then doing rather well. India's whole problems with bowling out tailenders seem to be cropping up again. Was it just good batting or maybe poor application on the part of the Indian bowling?
Well, yes, I think it's not so much just the tailenders that gave India a problem today, but even Stephen Smith, the manner in which he played, he never once looked troubled, even as tempers were fraying and Indian bowlers went a bit over the top with trying to bounce Australia's batsmen out. Steve Smith quietly bedded down and made his first century as Test captain. Against the tailenders, though, the strategy was clearly a bit flawed. Bouncing out Brad Haddin was probably the worst thing to happen to India today. Varun Aaron, fresh at the time, managed to get a well-directed short ball in there and got the wicket. But after that, there were a few words said to Mitchell Johnson that he clearly didn't like, and he just took the attack into the Indian bowlers, and then from there on, they kind of fell apart, didn't stick to their plans, and it cost them dear.
Right, Anand. Now, of course, Mitchell Johnson, Mitchell Starc, even Nathan Lyon as well as Josh Hazlewood doing well. But let's talk about Steve Smith a bit more. We haven't really spoken about him since he was made captain. And on the evidence of these first 3 days, what do you make of the new Australian captain, Anand? Certainly doesn't seem to be affecting his batting at all.
I think Steve Smith is just in an extremely hungry frame of mind at the moment. He knows he's in good form. He knows he's got the technique to make runs in different conditions against different attacks all around the world. He's shown that. And now that he's been given the captaincy as well, it seems like it's something that he's thriving in. There are some players who get bogged down a bit when they have the additional responsibility of leading a team. There are others who seem to just do well. Steve Smith has been able to take this responsibility, has added incentive to be patient, to be careful. And so he gets his solid work in before opening up and having a go after he's put the runs on the board. He got past 300 runs in this series before India dismissed him once. And I get the feeling that he's going to be a continued bother as the rest of these test matches unfold.
Things would have been extremely different for India, Anand, if they had wiped the Australian tail out early. Now, what do you make of, what do you think their approach on the fourth morning is going to be like?
Well, India can only take one approach really on the fourth day of this test match, given that they started the third day with the game in the balance, perhaps with their noses a little ahead, and hoped to get a couple of early wickets. That too was achieved. But from there on, it was all downhill. When Mitchell Johnson came to the crease, India had a lead of 161. They would have been harbouring hopes of wrapping the innings up quickly and perhaps securing a lead of close to 100. But what happened instead was the opposite, as Johnson smashed that 88 in a nearly 150-run stand with Steve Smith. This gave Australia the lead, and India had to work hard against the quick ball on in the final moments of the third day, just to bring some parity back to the game. 71 for 1 is not a bad position to be in, and India have done well with the bat all through the series. There's 2 more days to play in this test match, and as Ravi Shastri, the team director, put it when he spoke on television during the tea break, if India can somehow get together a lead of about 200, 220, then it won't be an easy game for Australia to win from there on.
Well, Anand, thank you very much for now. We'll, of course, come back to you after the fourth day, which promises really to be as intriguing as the first 3 days test cricket have really been. Thanks a lot, Anand. We'll join you tomorrow again.